So I've been watching videos on like prostitutes and pimps. This channel has a variety of other type of content. It's basically like other type of walks of life. Basically people who struggle with, tough things. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody ain't struggling with this on their everyday to day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so tough parts of life. And that's what that channel is about from my perspective. He has a 6-minute long intro. I did not watch it. It was just too long entirely. But to give you more in depth about what the channel is about. Alright, so basically what I'm learning is that it's a lot of broken people. It's a lot of broken people. It's a lot of broken homes. It's a lot of broken people. And so the first thing I want to say is, number one, when you're depressed, like I'm talking not just sad, but when you're depressed, when you have depression, you will do any and everything. Because one, it depends. Like sometimes you just roll with it, whatever. And sometimes you think about it, it's like, dang, I should have done this, or dang, I wish I had a chance, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And depending on who you're dealing with, they might see that you're depressed, and they will more likely they'll take advantage of that. But sometimes they'll see you depressed, and they'll try to weave you in, so it's your decision. You know what I'm saying? Make them feel better about themselves. So like, my best thing when you're depressed and you sad, I just say don't deal with it. You need to go get help. You need to talk to somebody, because when you're sad and depressed from experience, you're gonna do things, and you're not gonna always. For me, I attempted things, but I never went through with things, because thank the Lord, He came in at the right time. You know what I'm saying? But I shouldn't even be in certain situations, certain predicaments. But I was sad, and I thought this person was really. I just wanted somebody to talk to, and I thought that this was the person for me. And it turns out people was, when I really, God, I woke up. When I woke up, these people ain't doing nothing but using me. These people aren't trying to help me, better me. They're trying to take advantage of me. And when you are sad and depressed, especially men, I would say not men, I would say the boys, because a man ain't gonna ever play no games with you. They're gonna let you know what it is from jump. A woman ain't gonna never play no games with you. They're gonna let you know what it is from jump. I was thinking they're men because I feel like, you were like, you're out, like, you're 30 plus, and but you're not mature, none. So I was dealing with little boys. I realized I wasn't dealing with men. I was dealing with immature little boys trying to play games. Nah, even the girls, because they're not women. Y'all too chatty and y'all too catty for me to play with them little girls, dealing with little girls, and they wasn't about absolute diddly. So I had to realize that I am a depressed person, and I don't need to. I get very depressed, and when I am in a depressed state, I need to be very careful about who I let around, because I need to not even really be around nobody or making big decisions or anything in that time, because I need to get my right frame of mind back. Because when you are depressed, you are complete. I was out of it, but like I said, God came at the right time and gave me the opportunity to get out of something that I really knew that in my heart of hearts I wouldn't have done, or even would have known in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't all the way out of it. I was halfway out of it. But just take that time to work on it before you deal with any individual, because little boys and little girls will play you, and they will be 20, 30, 40, 50, okay, 60, okay. So don't let that age fool you. It's about maturity. And when a person is talking to you, really look at what they're talking about. Really look at what they're doing. And you'll see what they really about. And I know they exes, if you're talking about dating or even becoming friends with somebody, look at their past relationships. And if somebody come up to you, obviously don't take it, but I would take with a grain of salt if you like. But if it's the same thing from too many people, you know what I'm saying, you might need some, but you're the judge for yourself. And obviously it is different for every person, because everybody encounters different versions of somebody, and they don't always get treated the same. So But that's the first part. The second part is I don't feel like prostitutes are people who sleep around. Technically, you are a whore in the book of today's world. You sleep with a lot of guys, you sleep with a lot of girls, you're a whore. But the woman is always the one to get the most backlash, from it. The guys get slack. So, I don't feel like because you sleep with a lot of people, you are less than. I don't feel like if that's your lifestyle, that you should feel like you're less than because that's who you open your legs to. You know what I'm saying? Men or women. But women get degraded so much. And honestly, it's quite sad. But do I agree with that lifestyle? Do I agree that there's something you should do as a human being? No, because I feel like sex should be something emotional connected, or at least connected in some way. It shouldn't just be, because I'm paying you money, you want to have sex with me type stuff. So in that regard, I don't feel like, that's a lifestyle you should be living. However, because you do live that lifestyle, that's not going to make me look at you less than. And you shouldn't look at yourself. Well, no, I can't say how you should feel. But for me, as a person, I'm not going to judge you or make you feel less than or crappy about because this is what you choose to do with your life. Because that doesn't make you, as a human being, have to feed these kids. So I'm trying to wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to make nobody feel less than because this is what they choose to do with their lives. The only thing, guys, I personally can say, you're not degrading yourself unless you're doing things that you don't want to do. You degrade yourself and you put yourself below people when you're constantly always making sacrifices, doing things that you don't want to do and you shouldn't be doing, and stuff like that. That's the only way you're degrading yourself and giving off, not your worth, when you let somebody take advantage of you and abuse you. But if you're proud about whatever you're doing in life and you're happy about the decision you make, regardless how other people see it, you're not degrading yourself. You're doing exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. Simple. The next part I want to talk about is family. A lot of people come from, and this isn't just about prostitutes or anything. This is just about, I was listening to their testimonies, and then I listened to everyday people, other people's testimonies, and their walk of life, and I'll just be listening to everybody. So this is just basically what they're about, bringing in just what I took from conversations and what I took from videos that I've watched and stuff. So that's what this video is about. The next part is family. A lot of people have family trauma. A lot of people have childhood trauma. And so obviously if you don't deal with it, you're not going to grow as a person. Obviously if you don't deal with it, how can you better yourself? And obviously if you're going to, how you going to be broken? And that's my thing. People really be broken. You're broken. And you can't get over an issue if you never worked it out. If you never talked it out. And so people be like, that was 30 years ago. That was a whole 2, 5, 6 decades ago. It don't matter. We didn't talk about it. Especially if this person's still in their life, we did not work on it. And if they ain't in their life, that you as a person didn't take the time that you needed to resolve your issues with yourself and with other people. And whether they physically apologize or not, you have to physically let it go in order to grow as a person. You have to grow, and a lot of people don't grow, and a lot of people have kids and keep these negative cycles going. And quite frankly, it's very unfortunate, and I really, really hate it. I really, really hate it. But what I can say is, just because your physical family, like your mom and your dad, isn't, those are the people who actually made you, just because they're not in your life doesn't mean you won't have family. You can meet someone, or you can have your grandparent or your auntie or your cousin. You can have somebody who treats you right, like you're supposed to be treated, even though they're not your mom or your dad. They are your family. they don't have to be your mom or your dad to guide you, because in everyday life, your mom and your dad aren't gonna be the only influence on your life. So like, I don't like when I hear people say like, oh, because I didn't have a mom or a dad, but you had a good grandma, or you had a good auntie, or you had a good whoever who tried to help you. You know what I'm saying? You have to let that go. Your intermediate family are not gonna always be there like they supposed to. They're not gonna always have your back. They're not gonna, heck, y'all probably not gonna even like each other for real, but you have to tolerate each other because, hey, you trying to get somewhere and you gotta pick your battles, you know what I'm saying? So family can be made from anybody, you know what I'm saying? You could meet this person and they can be your family for life, your best friend for life, like that's your girl for life, or you know, whatever. But just because they aren't like the intermediate family, like, you know, you didn't grow up with them or whatever, they're not my what is it, my mom and dad, my official mom, is that the word? My official, that's not my, oh, that, because that's not my biological parents, like, you know, can't nobody tell me nothing. No, you shouldn't have that attitude. You should have an attitude of my mom and dad or whoever, they didn't want me, they couldn't take care of me, they couldn't do what they need to take care of me. However, I had other great people also in my life. They became my family. They became the one, you know, the people to help me and stay on the right track and to help me when I did get off track, you know what I'm saying? So just because your family life didn't work over here don't mean you can't have a better family life with people who actually love you and connect with you and you can talk to, you know what I'm saying? And I think last but not least, because I wanted to hit like depression, you know, self-worth. Self-worth is like what you feel of yourself, not what anybody else got to say, period. And as long as, like I said, as long as you're doing things that you're happy with, hey. But if you're doing things that you're not proud of, you are degrading yourself. So work on that, fix it, and so you can not degrade yourself and you can feel good about yourself. And then I wanted to talk about family. You know, like I just said, family is not always your enemy to family, the people that you knew, the people that you grew up with. Family can also be people that you meet and they become your family, you know what I'm saying? And last but not least, people, I had a thought and I ain't seen it. I was like, when I was driving, but I'll be back. I'm gonna try to think about it. All right, so we're on our way back home. The cat is good. He's happy. Insert Clark. Insert Clark. Insert clip here. Alright, so the last part of this video I did want to say is about the way you think. I don't really believe middle class. You either poor or you rich, in my opinion. But they have the middle class, which middle class people are a bunch of people who are able to, I guess poor means like you have absolutely nothing. And so let's do it on their standards. So poor, you have absolutely nothing. But just because you're poor, don't mean you have absolutely. Okay, we're gonna go. My beliefs: poor to rich, poor or rich, poor or rich. Because middle class are people who live like check to check. You know, people who get, you know, what is it? Well, you buy stuff, but you can pay monthly plans. You know, what is it? You know, make payments. Like middle class people making a bunch of payments. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily saying that they are in debt, but they aren't just living life. Like they still have to budget like no other. You know, monthly bills they still have. Like, you know, not just your water. Like, you know, like, but what if they get furniture? Because you're middle class, you don't necessarily always have that. Because maybe you want to save that for your savings, or maybe you want to save that for your child because they're going on a field trip. So you get the furniture and you can make the payments on it. You know what I'm saying? So middle class, they're not struggling as bad as poor people, but they are still struggling. They're still having to go to work and check, you know what I'm saying? So look at that white stuff. I'm wearing Vaseline because I ain't got my original lip gloss, you know, by Maybelline, because Good night cake, none of that. Shout out to Maybelline. I was gonna always like, I'm gonna make the perfect gloss, but Maybelline, they already did it for me. I love it. That gloss is everything, and I can rave about it because it just is, in my opinion. Now, if it turns out later on I don't like it, I'll let you guys know. I'll keep it posted. But for right now, I love it. I love it. But yeah, all right. So I always do that. My train of thought. But yeah, you have to. I don't even know what I just previously said. That's so sad. But you have to have a different way of thinking. You have to not be such hypocrites, judging, and all that. Like, I try not to judge people. If I judge people, I apologize for that. But honestly, I just go based off how you treat me, and then I also watch how you treat other people, because that's also important. Like, I was talking with my cousin the other day, and she was like, she was talking about a guy from a guy, but like, if you're dating a guy and he bashes other women, but he uplifts you, red flag, because eventually he gonna bash you or hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. Like I said, you do that with friendships as well. Like, I pay attention. Like, you treat me nice, cool, yeah, but how you treat these other people and why you treat them like that? You know what I'm saying? And you have to pay attention to that, because you gotta know the good from the bad. And the bad, they real smooth now. They real smooth, but a facade always come crumbling down eventually. And yeah, so you have to stop thinking in such a box. And sometimes the box is good, but sometimes it's good to think outside the box and not just think one way. You know what I'm saying? So be positive about everything. Like, I truly believe, like, everything that you want, it will happen in due time. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Okay? It's Sunday. It's April the 11th. I'm gonna wish my cousin happy birthday, because she always wishes me a happy birthday every year, and I don't even know how she got my number, because I deactivated my Facebook because of personal reasons. And but yeah, and I'm gonna wish her happy birthday today, because she's always telling me. So enjoy your days. April 11th, 2020, and I love you guys. So see you guys later. And alright guys, just one more thing, and then that's it. If I find this in particular commercial about this new Disney show, it's gonna be on ABC or something, if I can find it, I'm gonna screenshot it. But I was just thinking about it. It kind of bothered me. It really bothered me. And it's like, it's always like the white people at the top, black people at the bottom. You intermix with black person, you're gonna be at the bottom. So basically, this show is about three families. The single guy, he's a white guy, he's single, and he's the rich one. You got the white woman and the white man with their white kids. They're middle class. You got this lesbian couple, well, she's a black woman and she intermixed with a white woman, and I think the kids are black or mixed, but not. But at the end of the day, they're poor. Why couldn't both of them be middle class and you just have a rich guy? Like, they broke it down: rich, middle class, poor. And what bothers me, and it's like, you trying to make this a race thing. No, it bothers me that the stigma is a black person is supposed to always be at the bottom, or you intermix with a black person and you at the bottom too. And there's just, I hate that. Like, I hate that when they do TV shows like that they always do something like that. I would have loved to see something so different. Or let's not, if you're going to push the poor thing, like, why is it always a black family? Why is it always a mixed family, like with black and white? Why can't be an all-white family that's poor and they go through struggle? You know what I'm saying? And I know there's TV shows of all, but this in particular is just like, white is rich, white is middle class, and as soon as a black person enter the scene, they're poor. I just hope that they're not poor for the entire series, because that is some bull crap to me. And maybe it's just a me thing, but I really don't appreciate that. That just really, really, really bothered me. I'm like, this commercial is disturbing. Like, I just looked at that and I'm like, who said that this was gonna be a bop? Like, I mean, like, this is gonna pop. Like, who said that? Like, this is just like, really, y'all gotta be more creative than this. Something else, like, okay, don't mind that white stuff on my lips. Sorry about that. I always leave my lip gloss at home. It's in my purse, and
I always regret, not bringing my purse, so sorry about that. But moving forward, I will have my lips glossed and greased and popping. So sorry about that. So don't mind that.
They making these TV shows, like remaking good TV shows into bullcrap. Like, stop trying to revise, revamp. Let that stuff die. If you didn't pick it up after so many long, like Prison Break. Now, Prison Break, they came back after so long, but they completed the series. Beautiful series. Love that series. They ended it. They came back and ended it on the high note, like to end the series out, not come back and remake and just F up the whole thing like they doing Scooby Doo, Total Drama Island. Like, I couldn't sit through one of them Scooby Doos. I was like, why is they messing up the classics? Like, first of all, where are your ideas? Where's the invention? Like, cause you just taking out somebody else's stuff and making it just trash and garbage. And I feel for kids today because I didn't know Peppa Pig. I knew Olivia. Where did Olivia go? You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll never know. They'll never know, like, the good shows, like the good TV shows that were actually good, and they were good. They started making all this bull crap. I can't. Anyways, I don't know if I'm add this to this video I just made, but if I do, just like let me know your thoughts. Like, they always messing up, so I'm like, just stop with the remakes. It's not cute. Just stop. It's just not. Now I have sit through a few things of Raven. Like, that's a spin-off. It's different when you spinning it off. Like, these remakes of these shows trying to talk about, like, no, you're messing stuff up. Like, stop. Like, that's a remake. And I actually could watch I watched a few episodes, and they're actually really good. So, I mean, that's cool, spin-off. But not to be remaking Scooby-Doo with just Scooby and the little pup, and not to be Total Drama Island. Like, making them babies and thinking, and there's so many other shows that they redoing and remaking that I've seen. It's just like, at this point, where is the creativity? Why are we still living in the past, trying to create some big success that it was in the past? That's the past, baby. It's time to move on to the future, to the present day. You know what I'm saying? And stop going with these negative stigmas and this bull crap, and stop trying to create this negative picture and really elevate and become something better, and start ripping people out of ideas, and just stop. Like,